Hey guys, I'm Trish Basani, and I'm one of the coaches for Universal Voice Talent. Basically, those of us that run this group in um, Voiceover Camp. So, welcome. Sorry, it was a long day actually, but I decided to pop on and do a Q&A. If anybody was around to ask questions, then I am happy to do so. Those of you that have seen me do these before, then you know how it goes. Just feel free to post your question. And hi, Josue. Um, and feel free to ask me questions. I'm not going to be on for too long today, but because I do have to still get ready for the webinar, the Voiceover Essentials webinar that Terry and I are doing tonight. Those of you that don't know about it, then feel free to join us. I'm going to post the webinar link actually after, but we're doing the Voiceover Essentials webinar is basically just 10 copy reading points that I have found that come in handy for anybody that's just getting into the business to learn about techniques that you can do to just improve your voiceover performance pretty much immediately. If you take this webinar, you will see an improvement from your first read and your third or fourth read. By the end of the hour, you will be reading better if you take and kind of incorporate some of the things that I talk about. So if you want to join us for that tonight, send me a message and I'll send you the webinar link. Or if you're watching live also, if you guys can hit those emoji buttons, more people see it. And I appreciate those of you that have signed up already, but this is a big group and it's hard to kind of get the word out to everybody. So it's at 7 p.m. Josue, it's at 7 p.m. tonight. We are doing a replay, but those of you that are brand new to the business, these are like basic copy reading points for you. Hi, Venus. Awesome to see you. You should do the webinar tonight. It's been, I don't know, are you still, I imagine you're still kind of dabbling in the VO industry and whatnot. So if you're interested, then let me know. I'll send you the webinar link. Oh, that's a bummer. Well, we have replays available if you're interested. So just message me. But yeah, but as always, it's great to see you on here. Is life in general going okay? Despite everything? I haven't seen you in I guess it was probably about 10 years ago. All right, well, sign up. So we are charging for it, but it's a really small, it's $27. So it's up to you, but you can actually, it's in this group. I did post about it yesterday and the link for the webinar is there. You can sign up that way if you want to do it. But yeah, I know it's like, and I have to get back to Texas too. It's been so long since I've been over that way. But anyway, but yeah, I always appreciate you popping in. It's nice to see familiar faces and from like years ago. So anyway, how's everybody else doing? I'm Trish Basani. Those of you that are just popping in, although actually it's just the two of you right now, it looks like. I know it's kind of, I always pop on at weird times just because I usually just have the time when I have a few minutes. Sometimes I'll just pop in. So, but yeah, does anybody have any, Venus or Josue or whomever else may be listening, do you guys have any questions, VO questions that I can answer for you? That's kind of why I'm here. So, and I know, like I said, it's like, what, 5? Yeah, it's not even 5 p.m. here on the East Coast. So, I thought it was kind of an odd time to go live, but I figured I'd pop in and see who was here. What else? Well, trying to think of things that are going on besides the webinar tonight. We did get a cool new logo for the coaching team Terry worked with a graphic designer named Nikki Sacco, and she is amazing. And she came out with a bunch of kind of ideas for us. And we decided on one recently. So Terry's already using it. Oh, and I'm getting messages, sorry. But yeah, so Terry is now using the, he even emailed me just to show me the website, like the logo. So it's really cool. It's definitely, something that we're excited about with rebranding and all that stuff. So, Josue, one question I had was why or why not pay to plays? So here's the thing with that. Sorry, I gotta turn that down. Pay to plays cost money, first of all. They cost a lot of money. And if you're not really experienced in the business and really have a competitive demo, you have a very small chance of getting that money back. They will take anyone. They don't care. Except for Bidalgo. Bidalgo is, they do vet people. Not everybody gets in. I believe that they also, don't quote me on this if it's still, I don't know if they changed it recently, but hi, Bonnie. If they may or may not have changed it, but Bidalgo.com doesn't take everyone. They do vet their talent. And also they have a monthly subscription. So it's a lot cheaper if you just want to buy like a month or two to kind of try it out. So, thank you guys for all the likes. Yay. Wow. That's a lot of likes. So hi, Sean. So I'm getting off track. Yeah, pay to plays. So definitely check out Bidalgo, and they only pretty much work with people that have kind of gone through the proper avenues, gotten the training, have the demos, the actual properly produced demos, professionally produced. So it really does make a difference when you have those things in being more competitive in the market. So it's just the way it is. So if you want to check out Bidalgo, you could do that. But the pay-to-plays the other pay-to-plays are really expensive, and they don't vet. They literally take anybody's money, and then you're kind of like just stuck auditioning all day long. I teach marketing that actually creates relationships with people. It's really about getting clients, not getting jobs. Like I have some of my clients I've had for 15 years or more. And I'm still in touch with some people that I wasn't even full time yet. I was still doing voiceovers part time, and we're talking closer to 20 years ago that I kind of started on the journey before. I did part time voiceovers for about 4 years before I went full time. So, yeah, Josue, definitely, the pay to plays are hit or miss. And, and some of them have, there's a few of them that have good features, but honestly, like some of the features, like somebody liked your audition. Like I saw on a forum recently that everybody was all excited because they added a like button. And I was like, because like, they liked your audition, I'm like, that won't happen. Like, I know that we're in a world of likes right now, but it's not about that. Like, if they bring you on from like an agency, you're only going to hear back if you book the job. Guys, don't get caught up in this minutia. It just doesn't make sense. It's like, who cares who liked you either get hired or you don't. And if you get hired, you will know. You will hear from them. But otherwise, you just audition and forget about it. Keep moving on until you book something. Hi, Kelby. Yeah, it's, and not just that, but like they rank your auditions, like they're, voice 1, 2, 3, like some people need that, but like, guys, it really just helps their SEO. That's what it does. It keeps you on the website longer so that you can just stay on the website longer, and then they get more, traffic because of it. but not traffic to you. Like, you're just helping their, and I have nothing against Voice 123. They're probably, besides Badalgo, they're like, they're fine, like, but it really is the other one, the evil empire. Those, I don't like them. But Voice 123 is okay. But to me, that's they're a successful business, and like I said, don't get caught up in the minutia, guys. When you have those, just audition, and if you go there for practice, get the practice and go and leave. But send the audition in and then get off the site. Don't look to see if your audition's been listened to or if they like it or what you're ranked. It doesn't matter. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm getting in a soapbox. So, that's why, I encourage you, direct marketing, ad agencies, production companies. I teach the details of it. I just did a marketing session today. People's minds are blown after I tell them how I get work. Guys, it's so, I'm not going to use the word easy. It's simple, but it's not easy, if that makes sense. The idea of it behind, you just have to sit down and actually do it. But it doesn't cost any money. What I teach and how I teach direct marketing doesn't cost anything except time. So it's up to you if you want to spend the time on it. There are ways of, kind of, shortcuts and things that you can do to go along a little bit faster, but really just doing it regularly is going to make it faster, for you to be able to go through the process of looking for good leads, and I teach how to get leads worldwide. It's, don't limit yourself to the US, guys. Like, there's voice talent hired all over the world. Hi, Rodney. Yeah, exactly, Sean. Yeah, you get the notification, they when they want you, when they want to hire you, you will know it. Otherwise, don't pay attention. It's like, oh, this client liked your audition. When you're with an agent or with an ad agency or any of these, they're not gonna, I actually get, and it's not their fault. I know people, so I have a lot of like small town clients that I don't audition for very often. They'll usually just send me jobs, but once in a while they will just send an audition and say, hey Trish, you're in, up against a few people for this one. The client wanted a custom audition instead of just listening to your generic demo. And I'm fine with doing that and auditioning at that level because it's usually a very small talent pool. Then they email me weeks later after I've totally forgot that the job existed to tell me that I didn't get it. And as nice as it is, I actually get annoyed. So because it just reminds me that, like, you just, once you start doing this on a regular, the idea is to keep auditioning and audition so much that you literally forgot what you auditioned for. You don't get caught up on any one audition. It doesn't matter. When they want you, they will find you. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would do that, Josue. Mexico, talent agencies in Mexico. Just do a Google Map search on it, or a Google search, Mexico talent agencies, or whatever it is in Spanish, I'm sure you would know. And I'm sure that, because I have a couple of clients in Mexico. They all speak English because I don't speak Spanish, but I'm able to do business with them because they speak enough English to at least tell me what they need. And the script is in English. So I just, I do have clients from all over, and a few of them are in Mexico. So go for it, Tijuana. But yeah, so welcome, guys. Anybody just watching and popping in, feel free to hit that like button and ask me any questions. I love questions. That's why I'm here. I do a Q&A and I just pop on whatever I can. And I know that these are never announced. Can someone do me a favor, actually, as long as you're watching? I have a few people watching live. Is there a way of alerting yourself that the next time I go live, I've heard that it's only in the screen when you're watching an actual live video. So if you're on that right now, while that you're not watching the replay, but the actual live right now, and well, I should say right now it's 5 o'clock on the nose Eastern. So if it's not 5 o'clock on the nose Eastern, that means you're watching the replay. But if you guys could look and see if there's a way of some sort of setting somewhere on the page live that actually tells you or asks you if you want to be notified if I go live again. Can somebody check that and see if there's anything that you find that might say that? Because I've heard that there is, I haven't done it yet. So if you do find a way, that way I can, you know, I can actually talk about it. If it does exist, then I can kind of tell people how to do it. And then we can start having a few more people kind of start to kind of get in there and do, you know, do different things and to be able to explain to people, and maybe more people will actually be able to be on with me live. So hi guys, a few people just popped on. Kelby, how do I start my web page? I'm not sure what that means. Your website with us, maybe. I would, if I'm right, because I know that you went through our program, but maybe you didn't get your website with originally, so I would talk to Sean Brackett about that. Yes, okay. Talk to Sean. He's actually on this thread. SHAUN, Sean Brackett. I don't know if Sean is still listening, but you can message him and definitely ask about that, because yeah, we'll get you going on that. And did you do your demos and stuff yet, Kelby? I'm not sure if you've recorded. I couldn't remember if I saw you in the system for recording your SHAUN. Yeah. Brackett, BR. He was just on here. So just do a quick search. And he's in this voiceover camp group. He's our web guy. Oh yeah, there's Sean. So Kelby, you just clicked. So you guys connect, and hopefully you can figure that out. Who is that keeps hitting all those like buttons for me? Thank you. Yeah, Kelby. Like I said, he's right in this thread. So just look for his name and click on it, and you guys can connect. Oh right. Here. I can't see now. Okay. I'm looking for my actual live feed because I can't read what. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh. And now I can't see it because I can only see 4 comments at a time, so it's already gone. But Sean, we'll have to talk about that. Whatever you found, I'll read it. I'll read it later. Jay, my demo is complete, but nothing was said about UVT doing the website. Well, it depends on which project package you actually signed up for. So yeah, if you signed up for the Big Kahuna, then the website's included. It's a 1-page website. And then, but you should have known that signing up. But if it was the Baby Kahuna, then we don't include the website in that. There's a decent price difference between it's a very good value for the extra money that between the 2 packages, but it's definitely something that, there's a lot of, there's 1 extra demo, there's the website, and there is 2 extra coaching sessions and the tech session with Jan. So that's all included in the Big Kahuna. The Baby Kahuna doesn't have any of those. It's one demo, no website, only like 4 coaching sessions. That's why we don't recommend the Baby Kahuna for people that don't have a background in the industry. But yeah, Jay, if you're signed up for the Big Kahuna, then yeah, definitely. Looks like Sean's got some some work ahead of us, ahead of you. But that's okay. Yeah, Kelby. Yeah, you guys all work it out. I'm not involved in any of that website stuff, but I can at least tell you that, yeah, if you signed up for the Big Kahuna, that, we can definitely take care of you with that. So how's everybody else doing? Hi, Molly. Who's joining me for the webinar tonight? Anybody? It's we have voiceover essentials. Those of you that have worked with me in the script analysis capacity, and you've done the first script analysis session with me, then you're already familiar with some of this. But we are doing, it's kind of like a way of people, people are always talking about, how do I break in? How do I get in? How do I do this? So we came up with a solution, and we're only charging $27 for it, which is a really good deal for your very first voiceover lesson. And we're doing the webinar tonight. So those of you that don't know about it, that are interested, let me know. I'll send you the webinar link. Hi, Molly. Yeah, everything's good. But yeah, so I'm gearing up for the webinar in a couple hours. Starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. Terry's gonna kind of help me with it, but I'm mostly kind of steering. But it should be a lot of fun. It's called Voiceover Essentials, and I'm just going over the 10 copy reading techniques. And, I've had people make huge strides in their reads between the very first read and the last read in the session. In 1 hour, I've had people change completely. Like, their first read was just very robotic and boring. And then by the last read, they sound like they really made a huge improvement. So I'm excited about it and excited to kind of bring the information to people. And if you guys know anybody that also might be interested in VO, then feel free to pass my name on, and I'm happy to send them the information. Or just add them to this group. We have a great time here, and we're always trying to figure out how to reach more people, because I feel like with over 8,000 members, that we have a lot of people that just kind of drop off, and it's kind of, something that we try to keep people engaged and interested in the content. So let us know how we can do that. If you guys do have some ideas, we're always open to them. There are a lot of things that, obviously everybody thinks getting into this business is, differently, and what it takes and all that stuff. So, if we are missing the mark in some way, then please let me know. And if it's a topic that you want us to cover, if it's some kind of, information that you've seen somewhere else and that you want us to present it, then definitely, it's something that we want to help you with and help bring you, to the point where you're comfortable and going through the industry and kind of like, not just kind of like digging in different patches all the time, like I know what that's like, but yeah, Josue and Jay, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad. It's we try to really prepare you for everything. That's really something that, there's a lot of coaching companies out there that don't teach you marketing. They get you the training, they get you the demo, and then they just kind of let you flounder, and they're like, okay, good luck. It's like, well, I have all this stuff, and now how do I get jobs? We teach you, we definitely include that. Josue, should I connect with other voice actors in this group? Sure. Those of you that have a connection, maybe you're in the same region, please don't like spam everybody, but like, if you find that you're going back and forth with some people on a thread, friend each other, definitely. I mean, there's other there has been many advantages to have, a lot of people on your side. And it can be a super isolating business. People get very it's lonely. It really is. Like, it can be. You're literally in a box by yourself talking to yourself. That's really what the work entails if you really think about it. And it can be really isolating. So I really, so that's why a lot of us, Facebook is our water cooler. We have the voiceover camp group, and then the pros have their own group, and people that there's the different niches have their own groups. There's an audiobook group. There's a gosh, there's a bunch of them, but there's a bunch of voiceover groups, and some of them are specified and some of them aren't. Some of them are for newer people to the business and some are for the pros. So find your niche, find your people, and try to just be active and be committed to just growing the community and helping people, because when, an answer that you might be able to give someone, they might be able to answer something else that you have a question about, So, yeah, Sean, I just don't friend someone without getting to know them a little bit, but I've made some amazing friends in VO through Facebook. Yeah. And yeah, Sean, you and I have never met in person, but, we've talked many times, so, it's a great community, if you let it. It can be I wouldn't even use the word cutthroat. It can be competitive, but, and yeah, there's a lot of us that kind of disagree on different things because we all come from different backgrounds and we've all had taken different paths to get here. So there are some things that, I'll read and I'll be like, I don't agree with that at all, a statement from someone else. But if that's somebody else's experience, then I can't really argue. But it's kind of hard not to. It is Facebook. But I really try not to be, super negative or anything. But, I can tell, people when that hasn't been my experience at all. And so yeah, we definitely will. We will. When all of this is over, whatever, and a year and a half later or whatever we are. We'll have to have a big get together when this is all said and done. Although I don't know if it ever will be, to be honest. So we may do it anyway. We will. But anyway, so yeah, just take advantage of the business, take advantage of the people in it, and don't take people for granted. But it's like Terry and I were just talking about this, and along with Rob, when we were all on the podcast, the Voiceover Sermons podcast the other day, and, it's like we're the dinosaurs now in some of the forums. We're the people that have been around for a while, but, and there's a lot of newer people that tend to have different opinions on things. Why? Because they have different experiences. So, it's, but at the same time, I do feel like, get off my lawn once in a while, because some of the newer people don't really, they think that their way's the way, and that, the old people don't know anything. So that's fine. But it is what it is. It's the classic, I'm going to be different and do it myself, kind of thing. Even though we're here to help, like Terry and I and Rob, like we're always trying to give advice on the forums, except some people are just like, nah, you don't know what you're talking about. You're too old. I've only been in the business for 17 years, but anyway, so that's the way it goes. But anyway, so I'm gonna actually, I couldn't have been on, I wasn't on for long, but does anybody have any last minute questions that I can answer for you? I will take one or two more, and then I have to start to prepare for the webinar tonight. So the Voiceover Essentials webinar, which is the 10-point copy reading thing that I talked about before. So if you guys want more information, it's $27. Honestly, it's a great deal for your first voiceover lesson. If you're really looking to just kind of dip your toe in and kind of see what it's like to have a proper actual voiceover lesson. You know, a lot of people that are getting, that even subscribe to the, you know, when they answer the questions to the group, they, you know, they say, yes, I'm serious and I'm committed. And then we try to offer things, and then we don't get, sometimes, depending on what it is, we don't get as much interaction as we really think that we could have. And I don't really know how to improve that. So how do we get our word out to people, you know, for videos and things that we do to help people, and not, you know, the things that are free that we are trying to offer and the information. There's still a lot of things that I feel like we, you know, like we could do better with how to get the word out to a lot of people, you know. So if you guys have any ideas with that, let me know, whether you're, you know, watching this live or not. It's just something that it kind of, I don't know, me and Terry have always talked, we're always talking about improving the group and how do we do this and how do we get more interaction, you know, how do we get out to more people, how do we get more people engaged in what we're doing, and, you know, trying to create more discussion. So, yeah, there's no reason, Josue, that you can't. You know, it's definitely something, you just have to work at it. It does take time, you know, it does take time. So anyway, who do we have here? Just say hello or ask a question, hit those emoji buttons, and it does bring more people in. Although, like I said, I'm going to think I'm going to take off soon, because the webinar, the Voiceover Essentials webinar, is at 7 tonight Eastern. So let's see. Okay, well, that's about it. I'm already losing people. So thank you guys for you know, a little bit. Thanks for popping on. I appreciate it. It's good to see everybody. Hi, Guy. All right, Josue, thanks for hanging out with me. And those of you, again, that want any webinar information, let me know. I'm doing it in an hour and 45 minutes. So, but I will send you any information I can. Otherwise, thank you for popping in, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, take care. Bye.